Welcome back to the next mini stage of the Traxxas K5 Blazer build. And I say mini stage because this, as you see, is just going to involve wheels and tires and foams. So, as I said in the intro video of this, I really like these chrome 8-hole wheels Traxxas put on here, but they are plastic. The tires are glued on, so there's not a lot of option there. So I've been looking and looking, and I really like the Ram CNC deep dish wheels from Russia, but they don't currently offer them. So I found these H-Tech alloy deep dish wheels. These are out of Korea, and these are super nice. So you've got the option of the smooth lip, or you've got the option of kind of the ribbed lip, of which one you want to run. And he also threw in 2 sets of center caps. He contacted me and said, "Hey, what do you want?" And I said, "Well, this is a Blazer, so I got the Chevy bow tie, and then I think I've just got the H-Tech typical center caps as well." So we'll pull those out and take a closer look. And then for the rubber, I've got these bad boys. These are Super Swamper TSL Thornbirds. Look at that tread pattern. So it's super knobby, super chunky and aggressive. I wanted to run these on my Venture, but they were way too big, so I sold that set. So I bought another set, and these are, I believe, 4.6s. So they ought to fit pretty well into there. Not sure about the offset. I've got the +4 axles. So that's why this is a mini stage, to see, kind of get these in there, see if they'll fit, where the rub is, if and what I need to do. And then to pair with them, I've got the Crawler Innovations dual stage. I got soft front and medium for the rear. So that combo should be pretty good for this truck if it all fits in there. I think I'm going to make it fit. So let's dive in, take a closer look at these wheels, and get this stuff mounted up. All right, it's all unboxed here. So you can see I've got the 2 sets of center caps, the hubs, the hardware, the 4 wheels. And what I didn't realize is you get, basically these are reversible. So you're gonna use both sets of rings. You just pick if you want the inside or the outside. And then looking at the wheels, you've basically kind of got a very light inset here. You got a deep inset here. So I'm wondering again if you could mount this hub, it looks like, to either side. So again, you could potentially play with your offset. It looks like the rim is centered. I don't think you'd be achieving any kind of deeper dish, but you would be achieving potentially a different offset. So that's really cool. Here's a close look at these ribbed rings. And luckily these don't have 100 little micro bolts. They just have the 6 holes on the inside there. So these shouldn't be a nightmare to mount. So this is, let's see if I can get that to focus up here. That's the bow tie. And then this is their logo. We got those optional ones. But anyways, I thought that was really nice. This is a really cool custom set. Fairly pricey, but I think it's worth it considering the quality of the parts and the kind of the optional pieces you get, and the custom center caps. That's pretty sweet. So hopefully all this will snug up nicely to this sweet Thornbird here. And then I've got these foams, which are the 4.5 foams, and they've got the tuning ring, so they look really big right now with that tuning ring. So 4.5s ought to be just right for these guys. So let's move forward and see if we can get a tire mounted up. Look at that beauty. These wheels are mounting up to the tires, no problem. There's a little shot next to the stock. You can see how much deeper dish these are, while staying with the classic 8-hole pattern. So these are a little bit taller than the stock Traxxas tires, just a hair. and they're not as wide. These Thornbirds are supposed to be 2 inches wide. Maybe that's outer lug to outer lug, but they're definitely a little narrower for the main tread, but you can see the height, just a tad bit more height there. So yeah, I'm really pleased with these. There's going to be some rub, so I have to look at some fender clearance, how I'm going to deal with that. But I've got one left unmounted. I'll show you here some nice etching. And then you see there's 12 outer holes that are threaded, so you use 6 of those per ring, and you just shift the ring on the back or the front, so you don't butt ends with the screws, so you end up using all 12 holes. So there's the 6 here. So I'm going to go polished, obviously smooth on the outside. And then the hub is nice. So we're using the 1.5 smaller holes. So maybe they have this set up for 2.2 wheels, so they have some bigger hardware maybe for those larger holes. So it's kind of cool. All this stuff is somewhat modular and pretty well thought out. So I'm very impressed with it so far. I mean, just really nice stuff. There's the bow tie. It's really gonna tie the room together, I think. So anyways, I'll get this last one mounted up, and then we'll get some looks of it on the truck. I figured I'd show one last shot here of the stock setup here. So we're going to be saying bye-bye to that. Hello to this. Still playing with my shocks a little, my preload. I definitely getting into this fender quite a bit. A little bit back here, but not too bad. But really, if I could just chop that off, that would be nice. Or maybe some taller shocks, some 100mm, 110. Maybe 110 with some softy springs. I really don't want to get this too high. I feel like the Traxxas lift kit would put this kind of looking ridiculous on these wheels and tires. So anyways, I'll just have to get them all mounted up and drive this thing and really just see what the reality of this is on, if I'm compressing that much. So let's get the other 2 on the other side, and this will be complete. Got them all on. This thing just looks fantastic. Just so happy with it. Just curious how I'm going to resolve this body rub. So I'm just going to have to get it out, test run it, see how bad it's hitting that front fender, and then I can always cut this body up. I've got a brand new black body that Traxxas sent me as a replacement for this one, since it had a tiny little tear in the back that I've already repaired. So I've got a fallback brand new if I want to chop this a little. Otherwise I may look at some kind of suspension adjustment. But I really like the look and the ride height. I really don't want this to be an inch taller with these wheels and tires. But let me know what you think in the comments about these rims. I think this was a great choice to keep the classic 8-hole chrome look, but get some a little more durability, beadlock option to change tires, and a little more deep dish. And these tires, man, I think those are super scale and era appropriate for this vehicle. These are the best and worst tires you can have. I had a friend in college that had these on his Jeep and got so many compliments, and it looks so great, but you would not want to ride on a 2-hour road trip with him. Just wore horribly on the road, a lot of noise. walked a lot, not a lot of traction on wet surfaces. So maybe the scale will be a little different, but they look great. I can always remove some lugs. I've investigated a few people that have done that have cut the lugs out to basically open up the tire pattern a little more. But we'll see. I can always adjust as I go, but I think this is a good start point. I think it's pretty fitting. So anyways, thanks for watching, and maybe more on this truck soon as this build progresses.